Previously on the Hardcore Kid.
The acid! It's burning my basal ganglia! Save me from the evil purple monsters! Ah! This is Headbanging Freak to Y Mew Mau Mau. Do you copy?
Copy, Headbanging Freak. I read you loud and clear.
What's the news on the enemy?
Well, for starters, he's made another lame Nihao Kailan YouTube poop. He's added a Fred video to his favorites, and now he's calling Turbo J at UK an epic fail.
So let me get this straight. He's a Turbo J UK fanboy, he's ripping off his productions, and now he's calling Turbo J UK an epic fail? Really?
That would be so.
Oh, that incriminating bastard must be stopped at once! Show him that he's the one who should be suspended.
How about if I slap him across the face with a bologna sandwich, or dump fudge brownies in his pants?
How is that supposed to help in getting him off of YouTube?
It'll give him a pinworm.
There is a threat out there that need be silenced. It is causing a great deal of anarchy and chaos in this great land we call the US of A. If it's not stopped, the entire land will be brainwashed. I am talking about the evil threat that we call Land Before Time fan fiction. Yes, my evil plan to take over the world is finally coming together. Soon I will have my army of mind-controlling robots taking over everyone's minds and turning them into my own personal slaves. And soon I will have all power in the name of Britain. Buy Chris Farley's cheesecake, this movie sucks. Jonathan Taylor Thomas actually thinks he can kick ass and drive fast cars in a Christmas movie? Seriously, my Jeep Liberty could guzzle this much ass gas. I'm ashamed of you, Kanai. How am I supposed to do my Christmas in June special if you have to send me such a crappy movie? You better send me a better movie than this, or you know what, Kanai? I'll hate you forever. Well, that was a total waste of corn syrup. Hello, I'm the Hardcore Kid. Hardcore enough to review kid stuff. And hey kids, do you know what time it is? That's right, it's Don Bluth time. By the mid-90s, Don Bluth's career had fallen flatter than Wile E. Coyote over the Grand Canyon. His new movies were getting more and more wonky, his old movies were getting butchered by endless sequels, and budget issues were soon starting to take their toll. That is, at least until 1997, when Don Bluth teamed up with director Gary Goldman to create an animated musical entitled Anastasia, based on the 1956 film of the same name. And sure enough, the film was a hit, and brought Bluth back on the map. What do I think of the movie? It's okay, but I'm not really a huge fan of it. I actually found the Anastasia, or Anya character, to be quite uninteresting, and oftentimes bitchy. However, the one character I did like in this movie was the villain, the evil, slimy Rasputin, a crazed psychopath who comes back from the dead from a curse after drowning in a frozen pond. Did I mention he's also voiced by Christopher Lloyd?
I was frozen today!
Also along for the ride was Rasputin's bat servant Bartok, voiced by Mos Eisley himself, Hank Azaria. This character actually proved to be pretty popular once the movie was released, and after the film made a ton of money at the box office, Don Bluth decided, you know what, I'm sick of other filmmakers butchering my movies with their crap sequels. How about we make our own crap sequel of Anastasia and make Bartok the main character? Legasp! A Don Bluth sequel? Actually directed by Don Bluth? No. Yep, 2 years after the release of Anastasia, Don Bluth and Gary Goldman teamed up again to make their own little spin-off movie centering around the Bartok character, aptly named Bartok the Magnificent. But the question is the movie any good? Well, let's find out. This is Bartok the Magnificent. So the film once again takes place in Moscow, Russia, sometime before the events of Anastasia. Bartok is a performance bat showing off his skills to the crowd on the streets.
They called me Bartok, the Magnificent, the specifically, terrifically magnificent. A mammal so inflammable, he saved the day. I tell you, B-A-R-T. Okay.
What's this? A song in a Don Bluth sequel that's actually decent?
Bartok, the Magnificent, with a ha and a hi-ya that are significant.
Well, at least it's better than watching a bunch of bloated rats and rubber dinosaurs sing. Makes me almost envy Just Say Yes. Speaking of shock treatment, here's our villain of the movie, Ludmilla, voiced by Catherine O'Hara, who you may know from her roles as Cookie Fleck in Best in Show, Sally and Shock the Witch from A Nightmare Before Christmas, and... I sometimes wonder where she parks her broom. She's joined by the Moscow Prince Ivan, voiced by Philip Van Dyke. He was in Noah Knows Best on Nickelodeon, not much else to say about him. Look out! The bears have all turned Verrückt! First Russia, tomorrow the world!
Not so fast there, big fella. Oh, really? Now, why don't you try this on for size? Africa, watch it!
So Bartok beats the crap out of the bear and gets a rousing round of applause, as well as a ton of gold coins and a royal ring, courtesy of Ivan. Ludmilla is pissed off with Ivan for giving away the ring to a commoner, but Ivan just goes along with it.
The people liked the bet. Did you see how he made them smile? It was nice to see them happy.
Nonsense. You must show respect for your crown. If you don't, how can you expect the peasants to? Your Highness, are you listening to me?
Like anyone would want to listen to a 40-year-old loudmouth babysitter in a breastplate? No thank you, bitch! Meanwhile, back at his cabin, Bartok is counting up his dough when, oh my god, the bears come too!
Why do you do that? I hate when you do that.
No, actually the whole scene in Moscow was an act, and thus we're introduced to Bartok's partner, Sozy, voiced by Kelsey Grammer.
Not going to let the fact that I got the better of you ruin quite possibly one of our finer performances to date.
Just remember, my spin-off was on NBC for 11 years. Yours only lasted 67 minutes. Meanwhile, back at the castle, Ivan is fast asleep when... Alright, who let the Rainmaker in? What the... Oh my god, rape! So Prince Ivan is kidnapped, but by who exactly?
But I know who has stolen our sire, for she left this iron tooth behind! Baba Yaga!
Baba Yaga!
Baba what?
Baba Yaga!
Baba Mama?
Baba Yaga!
Goo Goo Gaga?
Baba Yaga!
Oh! Baba O'Reilly! So after some consulting, Bartok the Magnificent is chosen to try and rescue the prince.
Hey, come on, huh? How often do you get to rescue a czar?
About as often as old bats getting their own movies? Oh yeah, I forgot about Sex in the City. With that, Bartok and Sozy head out to the forest. Wow, I never noticed that the ground around Moscow was made out of cheese. So Bartok and Sozy finally make it to the spooky forest and head towards the witch's hideout. Then... Ah! It's a giant computer-generated skull!
I'm terribly sorry. Did I startle you?
Ah! It's a giant computer-generated skull voiced by Tim Curry! Ah!
Like riddles.
Riddles?
Riddles?
If a section of fence is 68 feet long and 5 feet wide, and the parallel section is the same length, but both perpendicular sections are twice as long, what is the key that will open the witch's door?
Oh my, that is actually pretty tough. The key to her heart. No. Limp Bizkit's the key. No, not that. Oh, I know. Witches, keys, Kiki's delivery service. What?
I thought it was an arithmetic thing.
A skeleton key.
That's exactly what I was just gonna say, a skeleton key.